So here's our beautiful 2016 Cadillac ATS-V. We got the 3.6 liter twin turbo engine, generating almost 500 horsepower from this car. I've been driving this car now about 500 miles, runs and drives great. The issue with this car is they're actually claiming it has water damage. However, no water was ever in any of the drivetrain whatsoever, and I don't see any evidence that any water was inside the car. We will go inside the car here in just a second. Everything in this car seems brand new. The trick to this car here in particular is this one here actually has a certificate of destruction on it from Florida. Why? I honestly couldn't tell you. Usually what happens in a scenario like that is, say it's at a car lot and they wipe out the entire car lot. Maybe this car was sitting on the showroom floor, it's part of their inventory inside the building, didn't get any damage, but since it's part of the inventory, the insurance company buys it all out. Guessing it's some sort of a scenario like that because we can't find any evidence of damage or anything anywhere. Been driving it, runs and drives great. Really, it seems like it needs nothing whatsoever. The tires, of course, you can't really see. The car's only got about 6,000 miles on it. Everything in the car does work. Actually, I do got to get over here to the other side and hit the unlock. Does have Recaro seats, and as you can see, the seats, they go up and they go down and they go forward. And then the seat back, of course, as you can see, the seat back goes forward and back. I will do actually a full shutdown and restart here. Of course, the hood is open. I did just wash the car, so that's the reason why the windshield. And just to show you, it's on the outside of the car. There, I wipe it all off there. But as you can see here, I didn't clear anything. My other hand's up here. We just got the seatbelt light here telling us to put our seatbelt on, and this one's saying our daytime running lamps are on it. Currently, there's 6,700 miles on the car. Everything in the car itself works just fine. Of course, here we're inside of a building. Okay, the heat, everything there works just fine. I do believe actually we do have here in the documents that came with the car. We've got the original purchase agreement. I know that's in here. And then the window sticker itself. Sorry, I should have had this out here early. See, currently the window sticker was $74,000. Let me wipe off my camera lens here. I apologize, my camera's not focusing here. Don't think you can see that, but it's $74,050. I don't think I can get that actually. There we go. Here's all the options it has. As you can see, the Recaro 8-speed transmission, the safety package, of course, heads-up display, moonroof, all of that. And then these here would be all your standard options. And that's really all there is I can tell you. You know, the car runs and drives great. I've been driving it. If it wasn't, well, actually here, let's try a little, I'll go ahead and shut our hood here. Open up our garage and we'll go out for just a little test drive. I'll throw my seatbelt on. Now I've tested everything in this car. The driver's seat works just fine. You know, here to show you, this here is the driver's seat, which I don't believe. That's actually our forward and back controls. I think we have to be in park to do this. Yep. So here's our, you know, lower lumbar. As you can see, the buttons are changing color. Here's our up and down, and so all of that works just fine. Of course, our backup camera, that works just fine. Our windows, all of our power windows go up and down. And then if you can look here in front of us, I believe you can see the heads-up display there as well. Be a little careful here. The roads are a little icy, but as you can see, it accelerates just fine. Turbos are working just great, just like that. Of course, I really was only about half throttle, and we're right up there to 70 mile an hour. Go ahead and turn our defrost on here, kind of get rid of our you can see a little bit better. And again, I believe I did the radio check. Everything there on the radio works just fine. And I apologize, I usually do these test drive videos in the daylight. Not that it really makes a whole lot of difference, because basically, for the most part, you're just kind of wanting to see that the car runs and drives great and there's no issues whatsoever with the car. Daylight, I guess, really doesn't do too much different, but it allows you to see a little bit more of the interior of the car in the daylight functions. However, with it being Minnesota in wintertime, it gets pretty dark pretty early, so fortunately sometimes we do have to take nighttime videos. Now, here's a part where we'll turn our interior lights on. We're going down the road just straight. I'm not touching anything in the steering whatsoever. We're still going straight down the center of the road. So it doesn't pull whatsoever one way or the other. Again, no shimmies, no shakes, no vibrations, nothing. Now this car, for those of you that don't really understand the process here, this car does have a certificate of destruction from the state of Florida. If you're not familiar with this, I'm going to tell you to not bother even trying to or consider purchasing this vehicle. A certificate of destruction, basically, you know, you can sell it no different than you can any other vehicle. However, it's a titling process that's actually extremely different. Some states, I'm told, will actually accept a certificate of destruction and will allow you to transfer it. I don't know all of the states that allow that, so it's up to you to decide if your state will allow that or not. However, this vehicle can be driven in all 50 states. You know, if you're a dealer like I am, you know, I have dealer plates on it, so if I'm selling it to another dealer and say there's a dealership owner out there that wants this car, you know, you can put his dealer plates on it. A lot of times we sell vehicles like this to movie companies, production companies, and, you know, they want to use this car in a movie scene or something like that, or a lot of times they use it for promotional purposes. And sometimes, you know, even a car like this, they'll actually turn it into just a strictly only a track car, a race car of some sort. Which, of course, then never actually needs to be titled whatsoever because it's a track car. So rather than spending $74,000 on something you're just going to gut and race anyway, here, as you can see, car accelerates just fine, gets up, goes, no issues whatsoever. But you can, you know, buy this car for, you know, fairly inexpensive versus buying a clean one just to, you know, strip. Probably the biggest benefit to anyone out there is if you live in another country. In this case, if you live in another country, a certificate of destruction does not apply, most likely to your country. So you can title this in your country because the United States title doesn't matter in, you know, Dubai or whatever country you're from. So that's going to conclude our test drive for the day. So as always, as you can see, we're up to normal operating temperatures, cruising along just fine. I guess I am still kind of speeding here a little bit. So I'll end the video now, and if you have any questions, as always, feel free to send us an email. Thank you very much and have a good day.